All right, this is actually 7.3 in our pink book, Solving Quadratics by Square Roots. We did this on Thursday and did more practice on Friday when we did it on Desmos. I'm going to record some examples and then post these for you to do extra practice. So, quadratic equations of the form ax squared plus c equals 0. No bx term can be solved using square roots. So step 1 will be to isolate your x. That means get x alone. So here's an example, x squared minus 49 equals 0. We need to get x alone. Currently, the minus 49 is on the left-hand side with the x squared. Let's move it to the right-hand side. The opposite of minus is plus. So there he is over there. Now, what we did in 7.2, remember we did square roots? How do you undo a square? What's the opposite of squaring something? That would be taking the square root. The square root cancels out that square, and you are left with x equals 7. But is it only 7? No, it's not. What number, when you multiply by itself, will give you 49? Well, that's 7 and negative 7. So it's actually x is equal to plus or minus 7. And when you graph these ones that have no b term, you'll notice that the y-axis is cutting them in half. So this one here is going to look like this and like this, with this being minus 7 and this being plus 7. And here's that reminder right here. Reminder that a positive number always has 2 square roots. All right, let's do some examples real quick. We'll do a couple here. I'm not going to do all of them because we did actually most of them the other day. All right, x squared minus 16 equals 0. Isolate your x squared. Square root. X equals, what number times itself gives you 16? 4 does. And remember, here are our perfect squares. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. We'll go to 121 and 144. These numbers are really helpful to learn. Just practice them, drill them, and they'll come more naturally to you. All right, x squared minus 100 equals 0. Move the 100 to the other side. What's the opposite of squaring? Square root. Square roots cancel out the squares. Remember that a positive number always has 2 square roots. Come down here to our list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Number 3, x squared plus 25 equals 0. Move that to the other side. So we're looking for what number times itself will give you a negative 25. Well, if you remember in class, if you were here, we discussed this at length. 5 times 5 is 25. Negative 5 times negative 5 is 25. But what would give you a negative 25? Well, positive 5 and a negative 5, but it needs to be the same number. To do the square root method, you have to have the same number. So if we were to graph this, I never remember how to switch out of the graph. Let's just start over. I guess I need to learn how to do that. Add a graph. we're doing x squared minus 25, x squared minus 25. Whoa. Oh, it's not x squared minus 25. That actually has two solutions. What did I do wrong? That has two solutions. Hit tab, go up. It's x squared plus 25. Enter. Oh, where'd it go? It's there somewhere. Let's zoom out. We are going to zoom out. There it is. It's up here. The vertex is all the way up there. I believe that's at 25. And it's going on up in the positive direction, never crossing the x-axis. This has no real solutions. If you want to look at it using algebra, let's go ahead and take what is the square root of negative 25? Non-real calculation. See that? The square root of a negative number is invalid. So no real solutions. Oh, let's go ahead and do 4. And then there'll be enough for this video. X squared plus 7 equals 88. Yep, let's subtract 7. We got to isolate. X squared equals 81. There we go, 81's over here in our list of squares. X will equal plus or minus 9. Yeah, we'll do 5 and 6 too. Add 5. X squared equals 1. That one's tricky. What number times itself will give you 1? Plus or minus 1. And 6x squared equals 54. Divide by 6. 54 divided by 6 is 9. Alright, take your square root. X will equal plus or minus 3. There you go.